Check them out yet, you want to make sure you take advantage of the events coming up. Madison Radicals head coach now Tim DeBile coming in. Tim, you're a regular of the show, but the first time we've had a chance to interview, so thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's start off. This past weekend you were in Chicago, took on one of your rivals. How did that game go?
Good. We struggled a little bit the first quarter. We were down for the first time this season. I think the first quarter I did 7-6, but kind of from there on, we took over. I think we went on a 8-2 run and ended up winning 24-16. So we felt like Chicago was probably one of the better teams this season, so it felt good to go into their home and get a big win.
Right, and I mean, you guys are perennially really, really good. So let's talk about that. First time your team's been down, how did the team respond to that?
The good news is we responded really well. I think people were a little frustrated. It's been a really good year so far, so when you get kind of tested for the first time, you kind of like to see how the guys respond, and everybody came through and played really well, and by the end of the third, beginning of the fourth, it felt like we had the game in hand. So overall, it was, I think, a really good game for us.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Ross Barker. So he was a former player of yours, but now playing for Chicago. What was it like seeing that interaction?
Yeah, so he was one of our best players last year. He went to WI57 here, and Chicago signed him away from us in the offseason, and it was interesting to get to play against him. I think we were happy to shut him down in the second half, and he plays for their O-line, and I think he struggled late in the game. So we had a hug after, and
right.
It was good to see him. But it's also good to beat your former players.
Well, shouldn't have left, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, so good for you guys. Let's talk about this upcoming game. This Saturday, you play the 2017 South Division champ Raleigh Flyers for the first time in the regular season. So assuming this will be a good game. Yeah,
this is, we circled this one on the calendar right away. This is definitely going to be the biggest game of the year for us. Raleigh came into the season kind of as the favorite to win the ADL championship this year. So we get an opportunity to play them during the season for the first time, and guys are really excited about it. I think we're going to get a big crowd out for this one, and we hope we can show that we can compete with the top teams in the ADL this season. And you don't get a lot of chances to test yourself against the top teams from other divisions, so having Raleigh fly in for this game is going to be big for us.
All right, well, we got about 30 seconds. I'll try to get you one more question. You guys are 6-0, only giving up 13.5 goals per game, so great start to the season. But what teams are you most worried about, or who do you see as the biggest challenge?
Well, Minnesota in our division, I think we got a chance to play everybody in the division so far, and Minnesota looks to be toughest. We only beat them by 1 up there, so I'm excited to see them again. I think they come to town the week after the Raleigh game on a Friday night, so that game's going to be big too. And then just an opportunity to see Raleigh. I think we'll know more about what kind of team we are after next Saturday.
All right, well, Tim DeBile, thanks as always, and good luck, and make sure you come out if you haven't seen it.
Thanks for having me.
Brought to you by Conan Automotive, taking care of you by taking care of your family's car.